Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So I apologize that you are getting ready to glare in the most literal form from the glare in my heart-shaped glasses, but my eyes have not been doing all that great and I thought these would probably bode better than my thickly black framed round ones that look like I've read too much Kafka probably. Today we're going to unfortunately be discussing Lovely Peaches, aka Brittany Johnson. Once again, I have done a video on this before and I'll link it down below if you need context as to why we even have to discuss her again. Before we do that, I did want to thank today's sponsor, which is NordVPN. A VPN is a virtual private network, and that means you create a secure connection online. Using NordVPN means that I can browse the internet safely, as Nord has the most advanced encryption as well as an automatic kill switch. Right now, you can get a huge discount on a 2-year plan if you go to nordvpn.com/readytoglare, and when you use my code ReadyToGlare, you'll get an extra month for free. While NordVPN is securing your online safety, it's also useful to have for fun things like access to streaming sites that may not be available in your country. For example, if you're interested in K-drama, this is a great way to access it, such as a series that I watch called Penthouse. Again, remember to go to nordvpn.com/readytoglare and use code ReadyToGlare to get an extra free month on a 2-year plan. Thank you, NordVPN, for sponsoring this video. We need to talk about Lovely Peaches, and I'm gonna just preface one quick thing. A lot of the times, the influencers, I wouldn't even call her an influencer, people online who are scandalous, let's put her in that category. A lot of the times the comment I'll get is like, we need to stop giving this person attention, which can work in some respects, but it also depends on what exactly is being done to get our attention. Because once it crosses into territory of hurting animals or hurting people, not giving it attention is also synonymous with kind of just letting them get away with it. Trigger warning right here. If discussion of animal abuse is something that triggers you, I will put timestamps there. I will show a tiny bit of footage, but I got it from Def Noodle's Twitter and he did completely blur over the screen at any point where there's violence and you can't really make out what is going on. So basically on the 20th of January, there were videos that started circulating of Peaches, Brittany Johnson, I'm just gonna call her Peaches, it's faster, posting on Instagram where she was mistreating her dog and then it went into abusing her dog. How was she doing this, you may ask? She apparently sprayed perfume in its face. She also, well, we'll get into that, but she was being terrible towards her dog and this started circulating. Now the thing with Peaches is that you never really know what's real and what's not, in the sense of a lot of the times in the past she's like bragged about doing things that are terrible but that she didn't actually do. So like some people were even wondering if the footage was doctored or, you know, if there was something shady about it. Essentially, was it to gain relevance, which I will never really understand the point of having relevance for being an abuse. You know, I don't get it. I never will. I'm not going to waste my time on that. Then, like I mentioned, Def Noodles posted a clip on Twitter showing what was going on, and I'll only post a tiny bit of it. And like I said, everything is blurred. You can't make out what is happening.
Next, are you ready to be barbatized? Queen Nicki Minaj's perfume.
Def Noodles posted that video and then someone in the comments said, what did she do that was blurred out? Did she spray that dog? And then Def Noodles said, she sprays the dog with perfume in the eyes. In other clips, she holds the dog up by the neck, chokes him, and kicks him. So the content she was posting with her dog was very, very disturbing, very alarming. And this is one of the few times where the internet did something positive for once. But before we get to the positivity, let's just stay a little bit more in the negative. So she posted saying, if this one dies too, I'll eat it on live for you guys. And see, this is what I'm saying when she does things and says things for the shock value. Pretty much like a more disturbed type of contrarian mindset, or just like the very immature mindset of just saying shit to spark outrage, like things that people do when they're 13. Hopefully not to this extent, but it's like she really, really wants to keep this image of being like fucked up which again, don't understand it, but fine. And then finally, she posted on her Instagram saying that her dog had died. Hashtag 6 months on earth. Good night, guys. Keep me in prayers. Thankfully, Twitter users, some said they'd called the police. It's not the first time that people have reported her for what she was posting online, so I'm assuming a lot of maybe the same people reported her again since they had information of where she lived and maybe what police department to call. And then she got arrested on a charge of cruelty to animals. And the good news is that the dog is still alive, which again points me back to, she says scandalous shit to get a reaction, but it's just really fucked up. It's not entertaining in the least to me. There's nothing funny there. So I don't know who is enjoying this. So until her case is concluded, she's not going to be allowed to own or care for any animals. And as of Wednesday, she's currently still in custody. So this was posted on January 27th. I'm assuming she probably got out of custody. Half of me doesn't even want to know and would just like to stay with the thought of she's not coming out of that jail. She even had claimed that she had broken her dog's leg, so there is this really unnatural need for attention, and it's scary to me because it continues to escalate, because before it started initially with her eating her own feces, allegedly, jokes about prostituting her baby daughter, killing her baby daughter. Now it's animal abuse, and it's just like, where does it all stop? Like, what is going to be the next thing? And that's why I think it's so concerning. In the description box, I will be including ways you can report disturbing behavior. And I'm talking from animal abuse to like actual harassment, actual death threats, things that are genuinely very serious and need to be reported. I know a lot of times you guys asked, so I'm going to leave you a link down below with all of that information in case something pops up again. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.